Let's dive right into episode 7. In this explainer, we're unpacking the core mechanics of modern translation. We'll look at exactly how human adaptation stacks up against artificial intelligence.
First up, we have translation shifts, or 직주현. These are structural adjustments defined by scholar Mona Baker. Translators use these strategic changes to achieve a natural feel in the target language. And note, they absolutely aren't errors.
Next are translation norms, or chuyên. These are the overarching social conventions defined by Gideon Torrey. Basically, they guide translation behavior. They dictate exactly what's socially and institutionally acceptable in a specific context.
So here's the core theory breakdown. It all comes down to a fundamental divide. Human translators mediate structure and culture. They make structural shifts and follow social norms. AI, on the other hand, is completely norm neutral. It literally lacks any social awareness.
Part 1, Translation Shifts. Let's look at structural adjustments. Translation shifts are systematic changes in form or structure. They ensure the text feels natural. We've got lexical, grammatical, voice, unit, and cohesion shifts. Each one serves a very specific linguistic purpose.
Let's break down a lexical shift, or 직주현. This involves systematic changes in word choice. When there isn't a direct equivalent, you shift the wording. This matches local collocations, so the translation actually sounds native. Take the phrase seamless integration. A literal translation would sound super awkward, but apply a lexical shift, and it becomes mượt. Suddenly, it sounds completely natural to the target audience. Then we have grammatical shifts, or 직주현. This adapts the target language syntax by changing grammatical categories. For example, you might convert a noun to a verb. It's how you avoid that clunky, unnatural translationese.
Notice the deliberate shift here. We move from the English noun, completion, to the Vietnamese verb, hoàn tất. English is heavily noun-based. Vietnamese, however, strongly favors verbs. Mastering this adjustment makes your sentence structure fluid and native.
Translators also use voice shifts. Look at this English passive phrase converted into a professional Vietnamese active structure. In administrative contexts, the active voice conveys positive action. It's just more authoritative and polite.
Part 2, Translation Norms. Adhering to social conventions.
Norms dictate if a text is socially acceptable. They also explain why certain choices are preferred over others. We categorize them into preliminary, initial, and operational norms. Initial norms, or chuyên set the high-level strategy. They dictate if your text needs to strictly mirror the source, like a legal contract, or adapt naturally to the target culture, like marketing copy. Operational norms, or chuyên are the nitty-gritty. They govern the specific sentence-level interventions you make during the actual translation process. They ensure the text follows the rules of the target genre. For instance, professional norms require adding phrases like "tùy từng từ điển." This operational norm provides essential legal clarity in Vietnamese. You do this even if those exact words are completely absent from the source text. Part 3, AI and norm neutrality. The role of statistical probability. AI is inherently norm neutral, or trung lập với chuẩn mực. It generates outputs based purely on statistical math. It has absolutely no true social awareness. It can't recognize specific institutional expectations. Let's contrast the human mediator with the AI machine. There is a huge divide here. Humans act with strategic intent. We have socio-pragmatic awareness and understand local norms. The AI, it's just a passive processor relying on rigid statistics. And this is exactly why human intervention remains absolutely essential. The human mediator bridges the machine's audience blindness. We shift translation from simple linguistic transfer to complex communicative mediation. So as you integrate AI into your work, ask yourself, are you just transferring words, or are you actually communicating with culture in mind? This video is brought to you by the IELTS Focus Zalo 0847705973, an English center specializing in IELTS preparation.